Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today I'm going to be speaking about something called individual context. In other words, being able to understand and see the nature of something individually from yourself, but still being able to be connected to it in a way in which you can see that individuality. So this is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, my thoughts and opinions, and hopefully sharing some insights and allowing us to be able to have a better way of navigating through this sort of exciting time that we're existing with the Cardinal cross and all the planetary systems that are happening at the moment, and of course just with our own human development as a species. So I think the reason it came through to me today that this was something that was really important to be able to integrate into our daily lives as we sort of progressively move forward into 2015 and 2016, and then going forward, etc., and our relationship to others in our world. So for a very long time we have been experiencing the severing of our hearts to our minds. Okay, so spirit and matter has been cut off for a lot of us on Earth, and this is obviously the reason as to why we're reconnecting to the space and the planetary systems are having the way that they are with us. But the shift from living in our minds and fear-based lineological thinking, and this is how it is, to our hearts and understanding the dimensions that exist within there, need for us to become self-aware so that we can clear this process. So the reason as to why this talk is happening today again is based on that idea. Okay. So individual context, understanding different truths and realizing that these different truths are something that we as human beings need to accept about each other. And by accepting this about each other and our different truths, we then stop the judgments that we impose on other people because of the security that we are attached to when it is that we are passing these judgments. Okay? So I'm going to kind of break this down over here to share with you what I mean. When I'm talking about judgments, I'm talking about imposing a statement or a criticism on another person due to what is unconsciously happening as a security. We are secure in a belief system that allows us to not able to have the flexibility to understand that another person's belief systems are completely and utterly unique to themselves, and that your system of belief is just yours, and that there is no need to express what it is that you feel onto another person and for them to accept that. If it is that they choose not to believe in what it is that you believe, then there is no need for them to have the convincing, for us to convince another person of a truth. Okay? We just simply let go. We simply allow for that vibration to not be a part of us. This is the lesson. So judgments are something that we impose on other people because our security pattern is so instinctively attached towards a one way of being. This is how it is. This is how it must be. And so if you're not following the rules and if you're not doing this, then this is how, then you're outside those rules and therefore you need to be judged. But okay. And it's a really deep concept to understand, firstly. And the reason why I say this is not because I myself am saying that we can't have our judgments. We use our discernment to remove energy that we don't want in our lives, that is not matching our frequency, not to allow another person's frequency to be invalidated. So that's really what I'm trying to say here. It's about validation. It's about being able to see that somebody else is reflecting to you a more deeper understanding of who you are through them not having something that it is that you like or something that is not valid for you. And so in that moment, whenever we are interacting with other people and we feel that they are not on our, they're not their frequency is not the same as ours. Instead of us standing there and feeling like they are wrong, we just simply go, that is not who I am. You understand the difference in this process? It is about shifting out of patterns of being where we feel that we need to tell other people that they're doing something wrong and to not actually acknowledge our own responsibility in the case. That what's actually happening in this moment is that we are becoming aware of who we are through understanding what we are not. So individual context. This person then is experiencing the same thing. We are in a community, we are in a world, we are in a relationship with other people that are doing the same thing for us, and we are doing the same thing for them. And so this is a Pisces teaching. This is about being open and sensitive and collectively aware that our journey on earth is about self-discovery, self-awareness. And so we can match the frequency that who we truly are by allowing ourselves for other people to share messages about who we are through them being different to who we are. Do you understand what I mean by this? Okay? I'll try and break it down into another way. Again, simply, if I express myself a certain way and somebody else expresses themselves in a certain way, one principle to understand, one concept to understand, firstly, is that everybody is connected. We're all on the journey for self-discovery first. So that when somebody else is different to us, it is not merely that they are wrong, they are just different to us. Okay, we're all connected, but we have our own journeys. We're on the journey collectively together, but we're on our own journeys. We have our own personalities and selves to discover. So when somebody is different to us, do not invalidate them by telling them that they are wrong. Invalidate yourself by realizing who you are, by understanding what it is that you're not, by the person reflecting that back to you. Does that make sense? A really, really powerful tool to understand through this period of time that we're going to go through right now, the shift in awareness, the shift in consciousness. I promise you right now that your relationships will start to become better because you'll start to clear out all the debris of energy that you have collected, that the false understandings of who you are, attaching people to your lives that give you a sense of security that are actually false, fighting, trying to convince people of who they are versus letting them be exactly who they are, their natural selves. And if they're not in line with who you are, then they are not simply for you. And for them themselves, give them the flexibility and opportunity for them to be in the exact same space. That if their frequency does not match yours, then they're simply not a part of your life. Now, that doesn't mean that you should just like cut out everybody in your life, because I'm not advocating that. What I am advocating is becoming self-aware, that the differences that we have within each other allow us to become more self-aware of what it is that we are and what it is that we aren't. So you can still stay in relationships where that's the case. You just have to build the bridge and acknowledgement that everybody is different, has their own individuality, but we are still connected. We are all one. We just have individual higher selves in that sense, and that we need to relate to ourselves in that way. So this is one of the teachings that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that that's kind of like shed some awareness on something, and if you can sort of meditate or reflect back on what I've been speaking about right now. I do believe that this is one of the Mars in Libra oppose Uranus and Aries signatures, the opposition, self-awareness. As I'm doing this video right now, I'm completely and utterly trying to remain centered within myself about my own awareness and my own communication to everybody in this sense. And so allowing myself to understand who I am through this teaching. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks very much for listening to this quick insight and video. I hope it was insightful, like I said. And again, remember to validate yourself by not stopping other people from validating themselves, that everything is balanced and equal, and we're here to learn through each other as mirrors, okay? Until then, guys, thanks very much for listening. If you've liked my stuff, hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you to all my supporters out there. I truly appreciate everything that you do for me and encouragement and such. Without you, I can't actually do this stuff completely. And if you're interested in actually having an astrology reading with myself, evolutionary-wise, then come over to my site right now, simonvorster.com, and read about what you get with an astrology and book a reading with me, okay? Other than that, guys, if you want me to speak about anything, please hit or write in the comments below. And yeah, until then, have a fantastic day. Cheerio. Bye-bye.